Welcome, it's Deronda. Today I'm showing you how to make this hummingbird pound cake. Very simple and easy to make, and I think you're going to love it. The ingredients you're going to need is 3 cups of all-purpose flour, 6 large eggs, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of pure vanilla extract, 1 teaspoon of coconut extract, 1 cup of coconut milk, 3 cups of sugar, 1/2 cup of all vegetable shortening, 1 cup of unsalted butter at room temperature, and you're going to need powdered sugar to sprinkle the top of this cake once it bakes. Let me show you how simple and easy this is to get together. In a stand mixer, or if you have an electric hand mixer, you may use it. I'm adding all the granulated sugar. I'm adding the butter that I've cut, as you can see, in slices, and the all vegetable shortening. To cut it down into cubes, it just helps mix the sugar and the butter and shortening together. Using the paddle attachment, we're going to slowly incorporate till we have our butters and our sugars nice, light, and fluffy. Turn up the speed just a little bit. Give this about 2 minutes. After 2 minutes, you see how nice and fluffy this butter sugar mixture is. We're going to scrape down the sides of the bowl and then run your mixer for about another minute till it's light and fluffy. All right, that looks great. And again, we're going to scrape down the sides of the bowl. Very, very important. At this point, we're going to start incorporating eggs one at a time, and I put them here in a measuring cup. We'll just start with 1. Keep this until we can no longer see the yellow of the egg. About 15-20 seconds. Add your second egg. I'm going to stop my mixer to continue scraping down the side of the bowl and continue mixing. Here's egg 3. And again, scrape down the sides of your bowl and back with our speed. And now we're adding the 4th. And again, we want to scrape down the sides of our bowl. Don't miss this step. It will make a big difference in your cake texture as well as the taste. Add the 5th. And again, we're going to scrape down the sides of the bowl. I know you're bored of this, but very important step, and don't forget it. And finally, your last egg. And again, we're going to scrape down the sides of the bowl. I see a little yolk that's come up to the top of the edge of the bowl here. Add your coconut extract, your pure vanilla extract. Make sure you use pure vanilla. It'll make all the difference in flavor. The baking soda and the salt. Again, be sure to scrape down the sides of your bowl. Now, turn your mixer down to low. We're going to add 1/3 of the cup of coconut milk along with the 1/3 of the all-purpose flour. The reason you have your speed down low is you don't want to end up getting a flour shower. And again, you're going to scrape down the sides of your bowl. So we're going to add another 1/3 of the coconut milk and another 1/3 of the flour. All right, and as the flour absorbs into your butter mixture, you can increase your speed to medium. And again, I can't stress it enough, scrape down the sides of your bowl. You got it. So we're going to add the last of our coconut milk along with the rest of your flour. And that's it. Make sure that flour is well absorbed into your butter sugar mixture. That looks beautiful. This is ready for its baking pan. I'm using a 10-inch tube cake pan to bake my cake in. I've lightly greased the pan and I've lightly coated it with flour. You want to be sure you do that because you don't want it sticking. I take my cake batter and I gingerly spoon it in evenly on the bottom and build up to the top until you get all your cake batter in. And this smells so delicious. I've got my last scoop there, and with the spoon, we're just gonna twirl it around until we've got it even. Be sure to get all that cake batter off your spatula there. I use another little spatula to do that, and it works out just beautifully. With a skewer or a butter knife, we want to go around the cake, making sure it has no air pockets in it. Because the last thing you want to do is cut into your cake and have a big air pocket in it. So this works just perfectly. Or if you want to use a butter knife like this, you may do the same thing and just go around. Make sure you have no bubbles in your cake batter. Very important. Give it a tapping. Very important also to get those bubbles out. I take a paper towel, clean off the edges because you don't want your cake batter burning around the edges. Okay, that looks great. Now this is off to a 325-degree preheated oven on the middle rack for the next 1 hour and 5 minutes, or until a toothpick inserted into the middle of the cake comes out clean. Use your timer and no peeking. It's been 1 hour and 5 minutes. Let's check on our hummingbird pound cake. I've got a toothpick. We're going to stick it right here. Pull it out. No batter on that toothpick, so it's good to remove our cake from the oven. Over here to a cooling rack and let it cool in its cake pan for 15 minutes before removing. Time to remove the cake from the pan. It's cooled down enough to where you can handle it with your bare hands. Anybody who knows me knows I love using these little plastic knives. It doesn't scrape up your baking dishes or pans, and it's the perfect way to loosen your cake around the edges. It's pretty loosened. Then don't forget the center. Oh, look at that crunch here on the top. Just listen. That is going to be scrumptious. Just want to get down with your knife here into your cake. Just loosen it up around the edge, just like that. And then we're going to take the cooling rack. We're going to flip this upside down, and it should pop right out. I think I heard it loosen. Just jiggle it back and forth a little bit. Make sure nothing's sticking. And ooh la la. Does that look absolutely beautiful? I like to just brush the little crumbs off, not necessary. I like using another cooling rack. You can use this side, and I like to flip it back to the original cake where it's lovely and crunchy on the top. Let it cool on whichever side you like. Oh yum. Cake is ready to serve. I'm going to sprinkle just a little bit of powdered sugar on the top before I present it. I think it makes it look beautiful. With a serrated knife, the knife with teeth, we're going to go in here, and it's still slightly warm. And I'm going to do this very informally. Show you what the inside looks like. And doesn't that look absolutely fantastic? Look on the inside here. How beautiful that cake is. Smells so yummy. Look how moist that cake is. Just springs right back. Gotta give it a try. Wow. Buttery. Airy. Very light. I'm thinking strawberries, raspberries, a little whipped cream. That crunch there on the top is absolutely amazing. Listen. If you're looking for a fantastic hummingbird pound cake, this is the recipe I highly recommend. This pound cake is scrumptiously delicious. And like always, I put my recipes below in the description box. Give me thumbs up, leave me a comment, hit that notification bell to be the first to get my new YouTube food videos. Thanks a million for watching, y'all. Stay safe. Oh, and looky there. And I'll catch you lovely people